The altcoin squeeze really is on, everybody. It really is. Just to start the video, this is total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, just to give you a sense of where we are. And we'll talk more about this throughout the video after we kind of go over some of the news that's going on. In terms of where we are, we're like right here compared to last cycle at this moment. So the crypto squeeze, the altcoin squeeze, it is on. If you're picking up what I'm putting down as you enter this video, smash the like button for me. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you're a replay viewer, I'm going to do my best right after I'm done the live stream to put the timestamps. Skip around. Feel free to just sit back and relax. And let's cover these markets. So we're going to get to the charts. This is a total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here's total crypto market cap. We're going to talk about this. $12 trillion in play. I would say so. And I have so many tabs. I was almost kind of like, is my computer even going to make it through the live stream? And I want to start with the news, and then we'll talk about what's going on in the chart. So let's start over here. Hovering just around $3 trillion market cap, just to set the tone of where we are. Now, if we go and we look at the big just micro and macro story that's been playing out in crypto. And by the way, I just want to let you know, if you're in the live stream, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin charts. We're going to look at Cardano charts, XRP charts, dog charts, and maybe some others if you all have some suggestions. So I just wanted to make note of that. We're going to get there because there's so much going on. But the micro and the macro news revolves a lot around what's happening since Trump has, gotten reelected. And so part of the big news today, and you can see Senator Loomis in the thumbnail of the video, Trump could put billions into U.S. Bitcoin reserve without Congress approval. This was a headline playing into what we're about to discuss, but Bitcoin Magazine CEO David Bailey has suggested that President-elect Donald Trump could elevate Bitcoin to the status of a strategic reserve asset without requiring approval from Congress. When we're talking about things like this, I do wonder, there's always shenanigans going on in Congress. Sometimes we want to see things get put through and then it just doesn't. There's like one person, there's like one senator or something that's just blocking everything. And so this was kind of an intriguing title. During his campaign in July, Trump addresses this concept at the Bitcoin 2024 conference, pledging to retain the government's existing Bitcoin holdings, estimated at over 200,000 Bitcoin. The proposal, according to the Cynthia Loomis, the bill that she introduced, the proposal outlines a plan, this is the Bitcoin Act, for the government to purchase up to 200,000 Bitcoin annually over 5 years. Check out what happened today, potentially accumulating 1 million Bitcoin. So we kind of just keep pivoting into the headlines. This headline, here she is, Cynthia Loomis, November 15th, this morning. It's in the hopper. And there it is. It's in the hopper. Senator Loomis' bill, Bitcoin Act of 2024, introduced into the U.S. Congress for vote. Purchase not more than 200,000 Bitcoins per year over a 5-year period for a total acquisition of 1 million Bitcoins. Conduct purchases in transparent, strategic manner to minimize market disruption. Hold Bitcoin acquired under this section in trust for the United States as provided in this section. Can I just say something? I just can't believe this is the live stream that I'm doing in November 2015. Especially if you've been on this YouTube channel, if you've been tracking along with me or other YouTubers, we've all been tracking these cycles, just waiting for post-Bitcoin halving 2024. We were patient through all this, all the FUD and negativity. We're patient for this moment. And I just can't believe in the moment, none of us were expecting any of this. We were expecting a bull market, but we weren't expecting this stuff. Pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto president, Senator Loomis, says we can pass the strategic Bitcoin reserve bill in the first 100 days of Trump's presidency. So I wanted to point that out to you. Trump will be installed as president in January. So think about this. And this is probably the anchor point of all of this news as it applies to the charts, as it applies to Bitcoin bull market. And this is within context of dips happening, 20%, 30%, 40% dips, especially if you hold altcoins. So, but look at this. The first 100 days, right? That's the first few months of Bitcoin, or of Trump being president, starting in January. We're still in November. This thing is just getting started. And that's why I'm saying, I put in the thumbnail, final warning. And it's a final warning because what we just saw on the total crypto market cap chart, all of this mess and the waiting, and even after this pump out of the bear market, this waiting, this is a monthly chart. It's coming to a close. It's coming to an end. It's a final warning for the people that are FUDing crypto and Bitcoin and everything on the zoomed out. It's a final warning. So that is saying January to 100 days onward, right? So just think about that in relation to the cycle, January, February, March, all of these headlines. And who knows what other bullish headlines we have in play during that time. But we're still November. It's mid-November, everybody. Are you not bullish? There's no way. You just can't be bullish. You just can't not be bullish. If you're bullish, smash the like button on the live stream. Somebody said in the comments, and we're going to continue, I wish we could just fast forward to summer 2025. I don't. We've waited years for this, everybody. Enjoy it. Enjoy this time to plan and don't get overly hyped. I see what you're saying, Boss Cat, but come on, enjoy it. Really enjoy it. You think markets are going to dip before the big move? I think the big move will consist of many different dips. Big dips, small dips, long dips. And that's what we're going to talk about. So that's a headline though right there, everybody. You know, it's in the hopper. It's in the hopper, Cynthia Loomis says. But the headlines, they just go on. China could reassess crypto ban due to Trump. Hashkey CEO claims. If the U.S. So this is a ripple effect. I don't know if you've seen the magma movement in general, Trump getting elected. This is a ripple effect across the globe. This is such a good time. The war against the globalists, the war against the anti-crypto army. There's a lot of momentum in our favor. If the U.S. Congress and the new president establish clear crypto policies and actively promote the industry, it would certainly be a driving force for China to accept cryptos. China can't be left behind. It's a final warning. Everything that's happening with the incoming Trump administration, the U.S. Bitcoin reserve, the potential for no crypto capital gains tax is a final warning for China. Could crypto save the U.S. from a debt crisis? Look at these headlines. It's mind-blowing, these headlines. Could crypto save the U.S. from a debt crisis? Will it push Bitcoin above $150,000? So there's always going to be price point speculations amidst all of these headlines. There could be another similar headline. Could Bitcoin go to $300,000? It's all going to be different, a wide range, but we have a range from a technical analysis perspective on the charts that we're going to look at. Crypto could stave off the U.S. debt crisis, according to former House Speaker Paul Ryan. In his recent op-ed published in the Wall Street Journal, Ryan argues that America's $35.46 trillion and rising debt, that's ridiculous, threatens the U.S. dollar status as a global reserve currency. Stable coins could delay the crisis as they emerge as purchases of U.S. debt. Every angle. In my thumbnail, I was going to put game over, but it just sounded too negative. But I was alluding to game over for anti-crypto army, everybody. SEC crypto cases will be dismissed or settled under Trump. The crypto news that is floating around is next level. This is a consensus CEO. The crypto industry is going to save hundreds of millions of dollars with Donald Trump as president, consensus CEO Joe Lubin forecasts. The ongoing legal battles between crypto firms and the United States security regulator will likely fade away with Donald Trump reelected as the 47th president of the United States, consensus CEO Joe Lubin said. The thing is, everybody, Trump wants to win. And you're not going to win in this new era that we're stepping into if you're fading crypto, if you're just doing what the Biden administration and Gensler have been doing over the years. You're going to lose. And so from every angle, Trump is going to go aggressive. He's going to go hardcore. This is how Trump operates. If you see how he runs his businesses, if you've seen him over the years, he's going to attack this from every angle. That's why you see every angle. You see a Bitcoin US reserve. You see a speculation now about crypto capital gains tax, right? No capital gains tax on crypto. He's doing that because if he opens those, if he does that, it's going to open the doors, the floodgates for people, just businesses, to come into crypto, come into the US and build. That's what he's doing. Not only that, us crypto holders, it's just going to be game changing for retail. It'll be good for the economy. This will spark economic activity that is positive for the U.S. This was yesterday, but 18 U.S. states are suing the SEC, accusing Gary Gensler of overreach. And then this is today, Manhattan U.S. attorney to scale back crypto cases. Prosecutor says it was all facade, everybody. It was all just one piece of their attempt to destroy America. And they're scaling back, they're stepping back because there's just too much momentum. There really is just too much momentum. And there's that headline, everybody. Not going to cover it again, but there it is. I had it open just because how could I not have that open? Let's start talking about crypto. Let's start talking about the charts, Bitcoin charts, ADA charts, XRP charts. I want to talk about DOG, and we'll talk about maybe some of the cryptos that you guys are talking about. 2017 gave us 5,000% gains, and the most bullish narrative was maybe buying a cup of coffee with Bitcoin. Now we have first pro crypto president, potential zero capital gains on crypto, US Bitcoin reserve, record-breaking Bitcoin ETFs, and more. And here's the numbers. I'd say 325% to 12 trillion is possible. Let me know in the comments. Am I crazy? Does that look crazy to you? We've been talking about that anyway as kind of like this fun target for the Bitcoin and crypto bull market. I don't think it sounds crazy at all. And when I actually measured the move compared to 2017 cycle, where we're seeing so many technical similarities, but then I looked at the narratives and the fundamentals, and there is no comparison. I don't know if you were here in 2017, but it really was like, and I was excited. Man, this basically when I got into crypto, and it's just like, man, Bitcoin, buying coffee with Bitcoin, dude, this is next level. Talk about Bitcoin adoption. We had no idea what we were talking about when we were talking about crypto adoption. When you look at what is actually happening now. And I'm not just talking about Bitcoin, I'm talking about crypto. So here's the total crypto market cap zoomed out on the monthly, just to give you an idea, of what I was posting in that video. Not going to spend too much time on it, but you get the same vibe that we just talked about the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This has Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's just this previous swing high being broken, post Bitcoin halving. We're getting this little breakout happening on the monthly. This doesn't mean we're not going to get red candles even on the monthly. We have to be careful. But right now, this is the final warning monthly chart. And it's almost identical to November 2020, right after the last election. It's the final warning of the, prior to the Bitcoin crypto bull market. So I wanted to bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart, and we're going to talk about altcoins. And I wanted to start here because this paints such a picture. This is a daily. I have a note to check the weekly RSI because there's something I really want to show you. And it all has to do with what we've been talking about on the YouTube channel. We saw Bitcoin dominance start falling. We said, you know what? There's a strong possibility that's not it. Like, this isn't Bitcoin dominance topping out. We wanted to see support at the 50-day. We had this window in time leading into where we have speculative altcoin season, beginning of December starting. And I was basically saying, bounce off the 50, another swing high for Bitcoin. And we're getting it. But what's happening on the weekly RSI is what's intriguing. And first, let me just make a note of what is happening on the daily. It is bearish divergence. Okay, so we have this higher high move on the chart. We have a lower high on the RSI, the slower moving momentum oscillator. There's bearish momentum when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. It's playing out. But then you change this chart to the weekly. This is what I wanted to show you. And you can just see, let me kind of delete this line, it's getting in the way. But you can see now a very powerful, strong weekly candle. It looks very strong for Bitcoin. And I'm very curious to see how this closes in the next couple of days. But we're actually getting bearish divergence potentially on the weekly. So when we're looking for an altcoin trigger indicator, right as we approach historically altcoin season, we might get bearish divergence on the weekly chart. And that could be genuinely a massive indicator for altcoin season to get ready to explode. And so, we zoom out on this chart. I don't know if you've been watching my YouTube channel over the years. This is a macro zoomed out chart that we've been talking a lot about, especially in recent months, just Bitcoin dominance coming up to this lower high Fibonacci. After all of this time on this weekly chart, everybody, we've reached it. I think it's going to top out somewhere in the range, maybe even sooner than later, and we're going to enter an altcoin season similar to previous cycles, almost at an identical time, which is incredible to me. So last cycle, to give you a little bit of a picture, Bitcoin dominance started falling in January of 2021. The similar move for Bitcoin, or for Bitcoin dominance to fall and altcoin season to start, would be in December 2024. So 3 weeks to a month or so, just to give you an idea. Now let's talk about some Bitcoin charts, Bitcoin on the daily, and then we're going to look at altcoins. So Bitcoin on the daily, here's where I'm torn right now because of where we are in the cycle. And to give you a sense of what I mean by that, it is obviously this is the daily chart now. When we're comparing it to last cycle, we're kind of in this move, and Bitcoin just flew, and it's what it does in bull markets. Big dips along the way. If we really zoom into that chart, there's dips, but we're in that era now of the cycle. It's taken 4 years to get here. And not only that, I've been talking a lot about the move last October, 2023, and so many similarities of the explosive move here. So here's where I'm torn. Just notice technically what Bitcoin did, because this is how Bitcoin operates sometimes. Just because we're making a really nice powerful move doesn't mean we're always going to get these massive throwbacks. And so when Bitcoin made the powerful move last October, you can see it didn't really there's red candles in there, and there's certainly consolidation, but there were no dramatic throwbacks. The 20-day moving average proved to be a really nice floor for higher highs and higher lows for Bitcoin before we really did finally get a nice throwback. Now, what we use to really get a picture of what was happening there is the momentum oscillator. So notice Bitcoin hit overbought, and it just still kept going higher for quite some time. It hit overbought in end of October 2023, and it went higher all the way until mid-January. So just to give you a sense, this is months after hitting overbought of just going higher and higher. But notice momentum was kind of getting iffy and actually starting to fall. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because if you zoom out right now and look at them two moves together, they're so similar. Even we have this first drop in the Bitcoin momentum, right? So we had a very similar drop here in Bitcoin momentum in overbought territory, but Bitcoin really didn't go much lower. There were red candles, but it just was sideways and up. So I'm curious right now, and this is why I'm saying I'm torn. Are we just going to get like sideways and up? Even as Bitcoin maybe even just starts consolidating as it did back here. And it's just a really nice, I like to go back on the charts and just revisit, how did Bitcoin operate in environments like this? And back then it was a bullish environment, but not as bullish as right now. There's like 10x more there's like 100x more bullishness for Bitcoin right now. So many similarities in terms of the move back there. And that's why I'm torn. I just don't know what Bitcoin's going to do on the daily. So speaking of that though, if we start zooming in, yes, maybe we get a similar move for Bitcoin, and it just kind of up and sideways. And you know what? Let me even take a bars pattern just to get a sense of it. There's the breakout move, and then there's the higher highs, higher lows. There's the first dip. Let's just even take the whole move all the way to the March swing high. So there's our breakout. See, if Bitcoin is in such a very similar technical spot as it was last October, it could do a move like this. Okay, so just because we're overextended doesn't mean we're going to get these huge throwbacks. And I'm not saying it's going to repeat like this, but I'm just saying we've seen it happen before. Now we're entering the bull market. This is in play. And it's choppy waters along the way. Imagine Bitcoin hit 111,000 and then it's falling back down to 100,000. Imagine Bitcoin hit 122,000 and it's falling back down to 97,000. That seems like a very plausible move in the bull market. Imagine that. 120 some thousand, and all of a sudden we're falling back below 100,000. You know how many people will be calling the top of the bull market during this move? Be prepared for it. If this chart played out like this, I would not be thinking that was it and we're done, because of where we are in the cycle. And because even on this speculative chart, it's only February. 2025. Trump would have just been installed into office a month prior, and there's just so much in store, and there's so much supply shock happening. So I just don't think we'd be topping out that soon. So that's that. Now let's go. Let's talk about some altcoins. There's a lot going on. There's ADA made its move that I actually want to talk about because I was discussing it in last night's video. And there's XRP. Where's XRP charts? Look at XRP, 87 cents. And something I said in relation to XRP, I don't do like a ton of content about it, but it's just like when it explodes, it's going to explode. Is this the beginning of that move? Because this move looks nice on the short term, but you zoom out, this isn't even the power move. If XRP is going to make its power move this cycle, this could be the beginning of it, but this isn't it. It still has to actually break this previous swing high back in July of 2023. And I want to talk about some really big dog news. This is the dog charts, early stage meme coin, the best play in crypto. But let's start with ADA. Let's start with ADA on the charts. I want to actually take a clip from last night's video. Right now on this daily chart, we're seeing this little uptick on momentum. We might get another swing high for ADA. And that could be very nice. We could push into the 70s even. And this is a speculation, but the way I'm seeing the momentum oscillator, and then we're going to talk about downside, because downside is very much in play. But a swing high, some type of higher high into the 70 to 80 cent area. And then this RSI is what I'll be watching. If that happens, are we getting a lower high on the RSI? So this was just last night, okay? And it's kind of cool to see this play out now. So let's open up the ADA charts. 66 cents. You can see it wicked just about right below 70 cents. I don't think it actually touched 70 cents, but check it out now. So now we do have what I was discussing in the video. We have this higher high on price, and we have a little bit of a lower high on the momentum oscillator. That's some bearish divergence. So I'm bringing that up because it would actually be the most normal thing for ADA at this moment, or maybe we get another just push higher today. It would be a very normal thing for ADA to consolidate. I hate to say it. 20-day moving average is down here in the 40s. Maybe it's just sideways consolidation. Maybe 50 cents acts as a very nice mental support area for ADA, but red candles, they're not out of the equation. We always have to remember as we're zooming in on the charts, especially for altcoins, we're very early, I think, in the cycle. Like the squeeze is just now starting. It's not like we're testing all-time highs here, okay? This is the beginning of it. And consolidation and dips along the way are normal. I would say good. So bearish divergence on the RSI. I'll be watching to see how ADA closes today. How does crypto in general operate today? There's 7 hours left. If you look at this, 7 hours left on the daily candle for ADA. You can see the resistance right around 70, higher high. And the thing is though, almost more importantly, zoom out on the short-term price. Cardano table, Trump reportedly plans a new blockchain-based federal voting system. My video last night was just, the Cardano news, the speculation of it all. Plans for e-vote platform. That's one thing ADA has going right now. And I just saw this. This was posted by Bitcoin OS. And he is, I think he's I'm not sure what he is. This is the founder or the CEO, but he's running the show. And he says Bitcoiners don't know what it's like yet to borrow against their Bitcoin without trusting middlemen. This is a huge opportunity for Cardano. And the Cardano headlines continue. And then we're going to look at some XRP and dog headlines. But check this out real quick.
There's this concept of a smart contract, and we've kind of seen what it might look like. So now, instead of going to BlockFi in order to lend and borrow, I can go to a system which is written as a set of transparent rules, is not controlled by anyone. It's not an intermediary. It's just based.
This is what we've been talking about. Cardano acting as this trustless tool for Bitcoin. Something that Bitcoin does not have, now it has because of Cardano. It's basically what he's talking about.
Basically saying, I'm now going to add a new set of clauses, a new set of covenants, right, around my Bitcoin. So I can take my BTC and I can say, look, I am going to allow the Bitcoin system to lock up my Bitcoin because it's going to be a form of collateral. I'm going to borrow some money against that collateral. And if I never pay back my loan, then that system is going to sell my.
Bitcoiners are going to be able to take part in DeFi in a trustless way. And if you've been following crypto, if you've been following Bitcoin, Bitcoiners, the OG Bitcoiners, that's what they want. They want trustless. And Cardano's bringing that opportunity. It's the one bringing that opportunity. Whether they like it or not, I think it's a matter of time before they see it. It's a matter of time before institutions realize it. And I'm sure they already are. New York Stock Exchange files to list Bitwise 10 crypto index fund, which includes Cardano ADA as its 5th largest component. So you can see ADA there. I'm not saying it's the most amazing, intriguing allocation, but it's there, right? And so I think it's something to keep an eye on. And look right above that, XRP. And I think allocations in these types of funds are going to increase, everybody, for ADA. They just are. Cardano is getting to this point where it's just, and you might notice it in socials, it's very difficult to ignore ADA right now. So that's ADA. That's ADA on the price. We're going to continue watching that. Be prepared for dips. Be prepared for consolidation. And XRP making all the headlines right now. XRP volume skyrockets 81% amid $504 million market sell-off. $504 million market sell-off. I mean, things happen so fast. So check this out. In the last 24 hours, XRP trading volumes increased by 81% as the crypto market faced a sell-off that resulted in nearly $504 million in futures liquidations. XRP was able to defy the bearish trend, skyrocketing 16% in the last 24 hours to 82 cents and up 50% since the previous week. I mean, if you just go to CoinMarketCap, just look at CoinMarketCap. 17% Bitcoin, Solana 6, BNB 3, and then check it out. There's Dogecoin 85. But look at this, XRP 60%. Look at Cardano hovering just below 50%. Those are some nice gains right now happening. And so XRP getting a ton of attention right now. XRP jumps 17%, outperforms the rest of the market as rally cools. Trader thinks 120,000 Bitcoin target still in play. Not only do I think $120,000 target is still in play, if we kind of go to Bitcoin Weekly, there's our target box. 120,000 is the lower end of my target, and it's based off of this inverse head and shoulders that you see here on the screen. So XRP charts just looking nice. And one thing, and this plays into even the Cardano analysis that I just did. And by the way, XRP at 87, 88 cents now, right? So you can see even from that, when that article was posted, which I don't think was long ago, XRP making moves. On the daily chart, this plays into my Cardano analysis. It's cool to see XRP putting in that higher high on the RSI. So higher high on price, higher high on the RSI. We don't have like a bearish divergence situation. So one thing I question, especially when I'm looking at a similar pump coming out of ADA, is does ADA have a higher high on the RSI? And that's something I'll be watching. I don't know what the daily candle today will look like, but that's certainly what I'm watching on the shorter term. XRP though, the momentum on XRP, absolutely insane. Change it to the weekly and we get a little bit of a different picture. Just look at this. It's in overbought, but hardly. It's hardly overbought. And in bull markets, when bull markets are being kicked off, entering overbought does not signal really that it's overbought. It really signals the beginning of the move, right? And so this thing can happen fast with XRP, but generally across all of cryptos, entering that overbought momentum on the weekly is the beginning of the move. And so check this out though on the weekly. We referenced this a little bit earlier in relation to XRP. It would be great to see XRP get a weekly close above this wick back here, really kind of just signaling a huge momentum shift on the macro. So that's massive. Oh, I agree with 300 Rivers. That like button needs some attention, folks. That's awesome. I love some of you guys, man. I love all you guys, but like, I just such a good comment. The fact that you even care that the video gets likes, it's just like, it's humbling to me, as ridiculous as that sounds. What's up, Dan? Finally, I got you live. Great work. Stuck with you through and through. Let's go. God bless. God bless you as well. Thank you for hopping on live stream. I want to pivot over to, this is it. Like everybody, this is massive news. And again, I'm not trying to shill this. This is, besides ADA, my top play for crypto. And I think this play is going to be, I think it's going to be maybe my best play in my crypto venture. So I posted this a little bit ago. I said, on behalf of Dog community, this is Dog, number one meme coin on Bitcoin. I give the most massive shout out to Kraken for stepping up and listing Dog perpetuals. This move will not be forgotten, and we thank you for slowly opening the floodgates. You're a pioneer in a visionary exchange, and we all see that. Runes, this protocol on Bitcoin, it's the exchanges, and I am quite sure the exchanges have been working on this for months, the implementation from a technical perspective. And what I've been saying as it relates to, and here's the Dog chart, by the way, 460 million market cap. You compare it to early stage Doge. I think so much is in play for this number one meme coin on Dog. I'm just waiting for the tier ones to open up. But that's the thing, waiting for the tier ones to open up. There's been no guarantees. This is our first big signal that the floodgates are about to open. And I've been talking about this. It's a risk. It's risky to talk about this. I'm not a content creator that just shills and talks about meme coins, pumping this one. You know, this is like a value investor play for me. This is a serious thing. This is why I've wanted to talk about it. But here's the news from last night. I don't know if you saw it or not, just to give you an update on what's going on. If you're looking at and by the way, meme coins they sound like a joke, meme coins, but they're not. They're being taken very seriously. Like they really are. Dog, and they tag Leonidas, the founder of Dog, perpetual futures now live and ready to trade. This is huge. This doesn't mean this was not spot. Like spot is not trading yet, but this is likely the first step. And Kraken leading the way. This is like a top 6 crypto exchange, everybody. Over $2 billion a day in trading volume. What happens when spot opens up? And I don't even know how many, but a lot of people, especially in the US, that just don't want to figure out how to go buy Dog on Bitcoin blockchain. What happens when Kraken opens the floodgates for the number one meme coin on Bitcoin? And then Coinbase eventually follows, and Binance follows, and all the rest of them follow after they're done implementing runes. What happens? What happens to runes in general? The play is there, and it's been there. And I've been talking about it a while. I know there's risk to it. I'm well aware of that. But it's just the upside potential is there. And the only reason I'm so bullish on it is because it's on Bitcoin. This is the first cycle. And by the way, this is going to be the most powerful meme coin cycle. People call it a meme coin super cycle. So not only that, but we have Bitcoin's first cycle where it's going to have DeFi. We just discussed that, but it has meme coins. What have Ethereum meme coins been doing? What have Solana meme coins been doing? Going into the billions and billions and billions. What do you think the number one meme coin on Bitcoin is going to be doing? That's all. It's the most simple thesis. And by the way, what makes it most powerful is the distribution of it, 100% distributed. There's no team allocation. There's no massive whales. It's ridiculously free and fair. So that's Dog on Bitcoin. And everybody has their own meme coin that they like. This is my meme coin play. It really is. The crypto news that is happening is it's been monumental right now with where we are in the cycle. And you look at a Dog chart, it doesn't matter. You look at an XRP chart. I know there's holders of other cryptos in here. You look at any of these charts, and I just love it. I get these comments. Stop shilling a meme coin. I just love it. Aaron, I'm sorry you're going to miss out on the 100x, buddy. I really am. I really am sorry. But I love you anyway. I really do. I'm not shilling anything, everybody. Just tracking I'm just really transparently tracking my crypto journey, what I'm excited about. Mohammed says, how much can ADA fall? Can check out the ADA charts real briefly. My rule of thumb is it's so simple for me. This is what works for me, especially before there's a lot of structure. I mean, maybe if you change this to, I don't know, 4-hour chart, let's see what's going on here. I mean, it's not the most beautiful of structure, but let's go back to the daily. When I don't have a lot of like pattern targets to eye up, I just look at the moving averages. And historically, in bull scenarios, it's between the 20 and the 50-day moving average where I want to see consolidation. Once it gets overextended, if it's going to fall. And this sounds crazy, but big dips along the way, they happen, they're going to happen, so be prepared for it. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it's the 20-day moving average is what I'm just waiting for ADA just to kind of work its way into. That could be sideways for a little bit. It could be choppy for a little bit, right? Back into the upper 50s. And this will just slowly just get closer to ADA before what I would see is going higher. 50-day moving average getting ready to cross above the 200-day moving average. But just look at all these moving averages down here in like the 38 to 45 cent area. Not saying ADA is going to dip to that area. That's really not what I'm saying. But that's a 40% move, by the way. But pulling into those areas is exactly what we want to see in a bull market environment. So to show you what that looks like, I've done this, I think, even in last night's video. Here's last cycle, almost an identical move. Just see how on the daily chart, it just pulls into the 20 and even the 50. That's always the type of move that I'm looking for in bull markets. And then it escapes to the next leg up, right? And then does it again, pulls into the 20. Those are the moves I like to watch. You can't predict exactly how or when they're going to happen, but they happen. And then you look back and there's some nice structure on the charts, right? Even this one, just look at this. That's nice. That's nice bullish structure. People get freaked out when they see a pattern like that. I get excited when I see a pattern like this in a bull market. People start kind of thinking, oh, we're falling down. But in a bull market, that is the upward momentum, higher highs, higher lows I just really enjoy seeing on any type of chart, Bitcoin, altcoins, whatever. So we go look at the chart now. Maybe we're getting a setup like that right now. Maybe we're falling into some type of rising channel similar. So we'll get some choppy kind of higher lows, right? Upper 50s will fall. That's a 10% move to get there. We fall 10%, but maybe we fall into this like higher high, higher low channel, and then boom, we're breaking. There's the breakout to $1 as altcoin kicks off in December. Like that's what it could look like. So obviously I speculate a lot, but that's just what I do. I like to visualize every scenario, whether it's up or down, and just say, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? We need an exit plan. So I have a video done. I posted it on my Substack. There should be a link below if you can subscribe to my Substack, and it's free right now. Especially, I think that post is free, and you can read it. But I'm going to post it to YouTube, the video. It's an exit plan, and I will definitely be doing that. So, taking a glance at Bitcoin real quick. So Bitcoin, as I'm live streaming, let's see, approaching 90. Interesting, 90,000 is kind of this consolidation area for Bitcoin. And man, I'm so curious to see what Bitcoin's next move is. S&P falling. Dollar indecisive, kind of like interesting to see what's going to happen with the dollar. Some bearish divergence on the dollar. I like to see that. If we see this thing start falling, it's game on. It really is. So chart's looking good, everybody. Crypto just looking unbelievable. Altcoin squeeze is in. You just zoom out on total crypto market cap chart. It becomes very evident of where we are. Again, there really are no guarantees. And I should have prefaced with this, but we have to remain humble. Don't get overly hyped. Don't get FOMO. Remain humble. If your portfolio is going crazy, you're opening up. I've been opening my portfolio. It's been fun again. Take a deep breath and just humble yourself. Okay? It's just money. Focus on the plan. Focus on the plan. What are you doing this for? Okay? The other thing is pride comes before the fall. So we can't sit here and, as we see green candles and just become overly confident with our chest puffed out. You'll get wrecked. You'll get wrecked in crypto and you'll get wrecked in life. So I really encourage you, take a deep breath, humble yourself, especially if this is your first bull market. This feeling that you have, this green candle feeling, it might actually extend for months. This might get crazy, heart pounding. You're going to be waking up in the morning like really excited. In those moments, step away, go for a walk, put your feet to grass, and think about the fact that that will not keep going. It'll start crashing eventually, and have a plan. So I really encourage all of you. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So these are my thoughts today. It's time for me to hop off. We'll continue tracking markets. Anything happens, you know I will be covering it, everybody. Live streams, crypto updates, crypto videos, whatever it is. I appreciate you cruising through. If you're not a subscriber, just hit the subscribe, everybody. Please hit the subscribe. Hit the notifications so that you get alerted when I do videos. Oftentimes when something happens, I try and get on it if I'm not busy. And shout out today's sponsor. I had a link in the description, so I just wanted to throw that out there, crypto.com. Go sign up with them. I think I got it. I guess not. I don't have it. Thought I had my crypto.com card right here. Crypto.com card. Go get one. The thing is metal. It's sick. And $50. Start actively trading. They'll give you $50. If you're not on crypto.com, go sign up. And I appreciate you watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. God bless.